Aaron Rodgers may be a Pro Bowl quarterback in Dairyland, but his dietary decisions aren't going over well with cheeseheads.
Yes, Rodgers announced today that he has cut dairy from his diet in order to lose weight and cut down on inflammation in his body. So that got us wondering, what does dairy do to us? Good question. John Lauritsen, who has not cut dairy from his diet,
no,
looked
I
into
have
this.
not.
And what did you find out?
Well, if this in some way, first of all, helps the Vikings, then I'm all for Aaron Rodgers changing up his diet, right? We'll hear about people doing this from time to time, cutting things, in this case dairy, out of their diets in hopes of getting in shape and feeling healthier. But doctors say eliminating dairy can be risky. What is she drinking down here?
Chocolate milkshake.
Like our neighbors to the east, Minnesota becomes a Dairyland delight in the summer with plenty of milkshakes and ice cream.
We like the taste. This is most important.
What do you think dairy does to you?
Make you happy.
Which is why Wisconsinites are scratching their cheeseheads, wondering why their star quarterback is cutting out dairy in Dairyland. How can you be a true cheesehead if you don't like milk, right?
That's true. I find it very odd that he's cutting that out.
Natalie Eichman is a physician assistant with HCMC's Golden Valley Clinic. She says it's no secret that milk, yogurt, and hard cheese are great sources of calcium.
I didn't always drink milk or yogurt, eat yogurt, but I now eat yogurt weekly.
When you cut those foods out, you are at risk for osteopenia and osteoporosis, which are weaker bones or more brittle bones, and you're more at risk for fractures.
But Eichman says dairy isn't for everyone.
A lot of patients find that when they eat dairy, cheese, yogurt, ice cream, that they'll get really bloated and they just don't feel right.
Rodgers said he cut out dairy to cut down on inflammation, but the National Institutes for Health says there's no proof dairy causes inflammation in muscles and joints. However, Eichman says it can happen in your stomach, a result of lactose intolerance.
And intolerance means that they might not digest it very well and it doesn't settle so well with them, so then when they do take it out, they just feel better.
While small children should drink whole milk, Eichman says adults should drink skim and no more than 500 milligrams a serving. She says milk and yogurt have sugars that translate into calories that can then translate into weight.
No matter what, moderation all things, you'll be fine.
That's right. Skin conditions are another thing here. There are no definite links between dairy and acne problems, but some dermatologists believe the hormones in milk can trigger acne in some people. We talked about calcium, but milk and dairy products can also be great sources of vitamin D, as we know as well. So is salmon and mushrooms if you're one of those people who has cut out dairy. So there are alternatives,
Yes.
but as far as like skim milk goes, just a pure calcium, vitamin D source, Dr. Eichman says, or Eichman actually was telling us that that's probably one of the better options you can have.
I just want to know what's going on in Green Bay tonight.
I know.
On the
Yes.
local news.
Oh, boy.
Mutiny.
All
Mutiny, right. Good.
Thank you, John. If you have a good question for John, please email it by going to WCCO.com/links.